Good morning. Welcome to day 4 of the Precious Collective Online Jewellery Week, the first ever edition. Welcome everyone. Hello, I'm here with a cup of tea. Welcome from London. Cold London. Oh, hello. Morning. So I'm going to start the day just by saying hello and welcoming you and kind of giving you an idea of what's going on. Loz is going to join me in the chat, who's the co-curator of this section. We're just going to have a little bit of a talk about what we've got going on and and all the things you can get involved with today. So I'll wait until Loz comes and joins. Hello, we've got loads of lovely people. Welcome. I can wave at you all, but that's a lot of people to wave at. Morning, everyone. I hope you're all well. So just to say, we've got only the one live going out today. We've just got me and Loz chatting this morning. And then we're going to be going on to do a day of posting out all of the beautiful work that's in the narrative section. So today is day 4, and that's narrative. And who has joined us? Bear with us while she connects. Oh, hello.
Morning. Sorry, I was a bit inept with my Instagram skills then.
That's fine. I was just chatting away with my cup of tea.
Well done. Cheers.
Cheers. I was just saying good morning from England, and it's predictably cold and rainy. So.
Oh, it's not raining. It's fine here in Bristol, but it's not exactly sunny. It's not, it's not Mediterranean at all. But anyway, we're connecting with people in some places, so maybe they'll send us some.
Yes, hopefully. If you're all in places with nice weather, please send it over. Please send us some sun. So yeah, I was just saying already that you're coming along, and we're going to chat a little bit because we curated today's section and kind of co-curated yesterday's section together.
Yeah.
And like saying what we've got going on day 4. Yeah. How are you doing there this morning?
Lovely. It was nice to get my section over without too many technical hitches. Thank you for your support. That was really nice. And really nice to hear there was nice chats going on and people connecting online. That's really lovely, isn't it, I think?
Yeah, definitely. So if everyone missed out yesterday, was the environmental section by you, Loz. And there was a really great event in the evening. So if you missed out, mate, I really recommend you watch it on Catch Up. It's all uploaded onto the YouTube, so you can find it on our Instagram links, that link in the bio, and you can find it on our website. So easy for you to catch up. Really recommend it. I loved it. So good. Do you want to say a little bit about what was happening in the event, Loz, just so people know what to...
Yeah, we had Kelvin Burke and Catherine Spranger from K2, who are kind of our sponsors, aren't they? They're really supported us with this. I think it's been really great. They've offered prizes. They're from the K2 Academy. Their work is amazing, very different. And then we had artists from Romania, the USA, Australia and the UK talking, which is really lovely. And of course Lucy Spink was talking about Makers Against Extinction, and she gave some really good resources as well. So I know Uta Decker has done a lot of work, and there's a really great video on the Goldsmiths website, which I think you put the link in to the chat.
Yeah.
So
I would really recommend that. Definitely.
Yeah, loads and loads. I mean, some of it's quite in depth, but really good resources for improving your practice and making it a bit more environmentally friendly. So that was really great.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of people who are interested in doing that, who want to make those changes that they are capable of doing in their practice and in their making. And it was interesting because a lot of the makers you interviewed yesterday were talking about making those little changes. So it's great that we have all those resources to share. So again, look in the caption underneath the YouTube, everyone. Research, it's so good.
Yeah, I think it can feel a bit overwhelming, can't it, when you think, oh my goodness, there's so many different aspects to it. And jewellery making sometimes is not, you know, it doesn't feel, there's a lot of chemicals involved and all sorts of layers of complicated stuff to dig through. But I think, you know, you don't have to be able to your practice. I think, you know, every few months, it's you know, any little change is a good change, isn't it? I think it's, you know, it's a process to work towards,
like,
isn't
there
it?
There are achievable things we can do.
Yeah. So how are you feeling? You've got your artist tonight. It's exciting.
Yes, I'm so excited. The evening event for narrative is tonight, same time, 6 o'clock, same place, YouTube. The exact link again is in the bio, and I'm just so excited. I'm really impressed with what the makers have done. They are just fantastic. Like, I'm really, really impressed with them, and it's done exactly what I hoped it would, which is, I don't know about you, but I love going to people's studios. I love seeing kind of behind the scenes and getting a little bit of a sneak peek, and that it's really exciting. I'm really
yeah. Talking of sneaky peeks, I've had a little bit of a sneaky peek at some of your videos, which are very beautiful, I have to say. So well done to your artists for sending you great footage for you to edit so nicely. And I think it was
so
really, really nice to hear them. And talking, like Megan talked in my, Megan Mackenzie talked a lot in my section as well about collecting stuff. I found it really reassuring, because I thought, you know, all my life I've been collecting strange little objects that have got some connection to a place or a story. And it's really lovely to hear other people do that as well. So I think I just thought I was a bit mad, like a bit of a mad hoarder, you know. People, I've got all these weird things. People ask me what they are, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to make something out of it one day. So yeah, it's nice.
I think there are a lot of contemporary jewellers and artists who are like this. It's not just you. It's not. I'm the same. And I'm sure everyone who is like in this chat who's done any making, you probably collect things too. You've probably got a little collection of bits and bobs. But that definitely seems to be the case for the environmental and the narrative section, I think. Because narrative, the people who are working with narrative are often kind of gathering those narrative, often using found objects. And then there were lots of people environmental who were using recycled items or natural items, and they're collecting too. Yeah, I loved that similarity. That was really exciting.
Yeah, I do think it's really interesting. I remember when I was a very young artist being told, oh, you need to specialise in one thing. And I just thought, oh my goodness, I really can't. There's so many brilliant materials and things to work in. And I think that's really been lovely as well. I think particularly one of your artists talks quite a lot of it, that, you know, they just work in any material that is suitable for the story they're trying to get across, which I think is really nice.
Yeah. Was that Jamie?
I think I lost you there for a second. Don't know if you heard that.
Oh, sorry. Was that Jamie who was talking about using a real variety of materials? Yeah. Her stuff's really fascinating because she's got such a freedom with materials. And I was told the same advice. I was told, oh, you must pick one thing and you will be a crafts master of woodwork or ceramics. And there are people who do that, and I'm not that person. And I think there's a lot of exciting jewellers in this online jewellery week who do play and do it so well. So it's nice to know you can do it. It's nice to know it's possible.
Yeah, and it totally works, and it's lovely, and it's part of the adventure of being a creative, isn't it? So yeah. So I wanted to say as well that I know that you feel a little bit strange because you've got some of your work. You are one of your artists, which is a bit of a funny one. But you were actually forced to do that by all the other creatives. Yes. So that you actually applied to be in a different section, but they said no, it's narrative, and you have to be in your own section.
Yes, that's true. You did, and this is fine because you co-created it with me. You making me put my work in was very, very nice, but a little odd, a little awkward. But yeah, it's really lovely to show my work alongside such great makers, and to be involved with it in both ways it's been really, really lovely.
Yeah, I think hearing you talk about your work, it's definitely all about narrative, you know. So yeah,
Well, that was why I was so
it's the
excited to
most
be able to help.
place.
Oh, sorry, I lost you there. Could you say that again?
I just think, yeah, as I was just saying, I think it's definitely the most appropriate place for you to be. And as we're co-creating, and I agreed it and sort of overrode your decision, any doubts that you had, you didn't have much choice, did you?
Yes. Told me to comply.
Yeah, you didn't have any choice. So,
Right.
yeah. Cool.
But yeah, that's why, I mean, you're right. The narrative is definitely my passion in jewellery. So it's really nice to be in that section too. Showing a piece, that sneak peek of it in real life. Oh, just a little. No, that's it. That's all you're going to get. You're going to have to go to the website to see more.
And you haven't got anything in there, have you?
No, not today. Not today. It's got a little.
It's empty.
It's got a little window, and I could put something in, but not. I didn't have anything. I was looking around the flat, and I was like, "Oh, what do I have?" But I didn't have anything. Just couldn't find anything.
Because you're just open to anything that comes along today, which is a really lovely thing.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I can't wait to wear it to some exhibitions and just collect things that I find. Just wear it out and about in London. That'd be really lovely.
It's such a lovely idea. I really liked you talk a bit about mudlarking as well, which I've always wanted to do and never actually achieved, which is terrible.
Please
London.
Come to London. We'll do some mudlarking. I think there are a lot of jewelers, a lot of makers who are really interested in it, and it is so much fun. It is magical. And if anyone watching doesn't know what mudlarking is, that's completely understandable. It's a really specific thing. Mudlarking is when you walk along the River Thames, the banks of the River Thames when the tide is low, and you go picking through the mud and you find objects from history. And I'm talking, I think the second time I went mudlarking, I found medieval pottery. I found coins from over 100 years ago. I found gemstones. I found all sorts of really, like, Elizabethan pins. Amazing stuff. But it's just rubbish. It's just rubbish from history, and you can pick it up with a license, may I add. You need to be licensed to be safe. But it is incredible, and I think maybe we need to make a Precious Collective mudlarking day out. Maybe that's what we need to do.
Yeah, that'd be incredible. Yeah, I'd love that.
Any collective people fancy that? That would be really great. Should make that happen.
I bet loads do, but it might be quite a long distance for a lot of people. I think that's one.
How can we do virtual mudlarking, I wonder?
It sounds dangerous. You'll have to have a waterproof camera, I think. Definitely.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that's one of the things.
GoPro to my shins, where you can watch me trudging through the mud.
But yeah. I think that's one of the things that I've really liked about this. After a whole year of kind of feeling quite isolated and detached from Europe as well, with our current political situation, it's so fantastic to like listen to all these different accents and have an insight into all these different people's lives all over the world and see so much common ground. I just think it's fantastic. It's made me really feel connected with the rest of the world. I love that.
Definitely. I found a lot of reassurance as well in hearing about how other people have been making in this time and how they've been going about thinking and working generally in this climate, like political climate. So it's just been really lovely to get that. And it's a bit of a tangent, but I've also, you know how you were talking about feeling kind of like you were the only one that wanted to work in all the materials. When you got that advice, oh, you must work in more material. I always thought I was a very slow maker. I thought, oh, you don't produce quickly enough, you take too long thinking about your work. And I thought that was maybe something only I did, or I did it wrong. And I don't know about other people, but a lot of this evening's event for narrative, people are talking about how they take ages to do work, and they'll work on something over the course of years or months, or it's just so reassuring to know there's other people out there doing the same thing.
Yeah, and I remember being told as well, you must keep sketchbooks and you must show the development process of your idea. You must do that, and that's not how I work. And one of your artists talks about that as well. Quite often I will dream ideas, and it comes fully formed. That happens a lot. Fully formed in my head. I wake up in the morning and I'll be like, okay, I've got to make this thing. I know exactly what it looks like. I have to make it like this, and I'll have worked out the whole structure and how it's put together in my dream. It's bizarre. It doesn't happen very often now. It used to happen a lot, which is a bit sad. I don't know what I'm done. I need to eat more cheese or something. I don't know, before I go to bed. But yeah, there was other people talking about that, that they just like need to live or be with objects, and sort of absorb something about the object you need to absorb, and then suddenly the idea comes to you and you can make it. You don't need to sketch out things, and yeah, it's like a very different process of working, and it takes a lot of time. I think it's like you have to build a relationship with objects and research them and get to know them. Yeah,
I think it's a lovely thing to have, though, because I'm really, hold on, can we go back to the fact that you dream your designs? That's incredible. I wish it was that. That's so cool. I now want to know more. And do you have to keep a sketchbook next to your bed, so in the morning you wake up and you draw it out? Like, what do you do?
No, they're usually really, really vivid. They're really ingrained into my head, and I can see them really clearly. So I'm pretty much, I can remember, if I get on with it fairly quickly, I can remember them really clearly. So yeah, sometimes I've drawn things down if I know that I haven't, I've got like, I'll write some notes and then I'll go back to it.
Oh no, we're losing you, Loz.
Spare for a second there. I lost you for a minute. So yeah, I have
lost you too. We're back now.
Yeah, I have got a few like sketchbooks, and I do go back through them. So I've got sketchbooks where I've written ideas down, and it might be years and years and years ago, and I'll go back to them and reignite the idea and might develop it a little bit further. But yeah, I don't spend ages drawing different versions of a design and evolving it in a sketchbook before I make it. I just like the materials lead me mostly. Yeah.
That's great. I mean, I don't think we're the only ones who. I don't particularly get on with sketchbooks either. But it seems to be a really personal way of how you go about developing ideas. It's interesting. Faye Hall, one of the other curators of this event. If you missed day 2, mixed materials, which she curated, don't worry, it's all online. But she was posting the other day that she doesn't like sketchbooks either. She really doesn't get on with them. So if you look at her personal account, she posted instead a picture of her wall. And she pins things on the wall in this big kind of corkboard and gathers objects, and it's like a visual. It's like a sketchbook, but it's not. It's all just on one side of her workspace, and it's great. I love that idea.
Yeah,
I need a wall.
Yeah, that's really nice actually, and I quite often put things in pots that I think are similar or go together in some way. So I'll have little pots of things together that I can rummage through later.
Oh, that's lovely.
So I'll find some connection, like a colour or some sort of similar story, or I'm completely obsessed with bits of dolls at the moment. So I've got tons of dolls all cut up, which is a bit weird when people go into my studio and there's loads of these massacred dolls. It looks like I'm a bit of a lunatic, but that's what I make stuff with, bits of dolls, because I really like that thing that they're kind of made out of plastic, which is kind of awful. They'll last forever, and at some point in some child's life they were like the most important thing ever, and if they lost them it would be the end of the world. But then they get to a certain age and they're just discarded completely, and they become landfill, and the mechanics of them and how they're made is really interesting. So yeah, so I've got boxes of bits of dolls, which is a bit odd.
Are you wearing one of those pieces now that you can show us?
I am wearing one of those pieces. Here it is. Can you see it? Oh, there you go.
Gorgeous.
A blinking
the
one.
eye as well. That's a new one.
I love it. I love the eyes. The mechanics of the eyes are great. So yeah, they're just, I don't know if you can see it very well. It's just a little.
Yeah, I didn't realise the eye moved.
Yeah, and I just etch them. I etch little things on the back. So these are like they've all got open hands. A lot of the dolls have got open hands, which is quite interesting, which is a bit of a Buddhist thing. I'm quite into meditation and that kind of stuff. And open hands are all about, and lots of symbolism. It's all about receiving. It's about receiving energy and good things, So it's all a bit Buddhist and Kung Fu as well. If you come with an open hand, it's like, you come unarmed and as a friend. So it's all that, you know, prayer boxes, little hollow forms with things inside, strange doll's eyes and their blinking mechanics, because it's a bit of like, you know, your eyes are supposed to be the doorway to your soul, aren't they? So yeah, it's all.
Yeah.
I love a bit of symbolism, me.
Where can people find out about that work, though?
Well, I'm on Instagram, Callous Creations. I'm not very good at updating my website, a bit rubbish like most people, because it's just, you know, like you churn it out, don't you, and you put it on Instagram and then you send it off to a gallery and don't update your website. I'm terrible for that. I need to do it. But my website's called Callous Creations as well.
No, you're excellent at it. Don't belittle. Loz is fantastic. Don't reveal it. Don't say anything more.
But yeah, Instagram's best place. Callous Creations. That's where I put everything.
Perfect. Well, I don't know if there's any last bits we wanted to say about. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention about today before we go was we're not doing Instagram live interviews with the makers from Narrative because of scheduling and time zones and all those fun things. But what we are going to be doing is individual posts, and it's fun where the artists are going to be interviewing each other via Instagram posts, and so it's like a pass it on conversation, and we've already got one of those reposted up on the Precious page, and I'm going to keep reposting them throughout the day. So we have a conversation going on across the world, from starting in South Korea from Namkoon Lee, and I think ending in Washington DC with Katy. So it's going to travel all the way around the world, so keep an eye on that. It's our chance to kind of get to hear more from the makers themselves, and as they all kind of have that discussion. And yeah, so look out for all of the portraits of these artists. I'll be putting them up throughout the day, and they're really fascinating, so I do recommend reading.
Great, I'll have a look. That'll be really interesting. Yeah. And I shall see you later. I'll be doing the chat on the YouTube live later, so that'll be really good.
Yes, we will see you later. See you later for the evening event.
6 o'clock UK time. Don't miss it.
Yes. See you then. And have a lovely day, everyone. Have a lovely Saturday.
And you. Bye, Katy.
Bye.